אוקיי, אפשר לראות על פי הכותרת מה אני החלטתי לעשות. כן, אפולו ג'סטיס. אולי זה נקרא אפולו ג'סטיס? אני פשוט אוהב לקרוא לזה אפולו ג'סטיס דואל דסטיניז, או טכנית זה פיניקס רייט. איזה טרדי דואל דסטיניז, whatever. יאללה. בואו נעשה את זה עכשיו. אני מקווה שלא יהיה בעיות או לוגים או עוד כל מיני דברים כאלה. יאללה. בוי. עדיין צריך לזכור בעצם שדווקא פעם אני הגעתי לטרייל. זה לא investigations. אני יודע בטוח שפשוט אין בכלל טרייל, אבל... יאללה. אני אפילו לא יודע אם בדיוק עבר חצי שעה, אבל זה לא כזה מעניין. כן, כמו שאמרתי, זה הולך להיות דאבל אפלוד, כי... זה היה גרוע. ליטרלי רק שעה. אוקיי. נראה לי זה דווקא עשה סייב אחרי. אם אני לא טועה. האוטו סייב. נביא אותי לאן שאני צריך. הנה מה שאני דווקא כן ראיתי. אני פשוט נעשה את זה בשקפים. סוד 3. זה, questions, אם אני לא טועה. questions או interview with Juniper. זה אחד משני אלה, ואז אחר כך אני אעשה load. בואו נלך להורי. נכון? יפ! אומייג! איזה מוזר זה נראה ב-3D. זה ליטרלי הדיזיין שלו די. זה הדיזיין שלו Trial and Tribulations. קייס אחד של Trials. אולי תראי איך שקוראים לו זה באמת Terrible Memories. איזה מוזר זה נראה. עוף מפה אתה. Jesus Christ. ביי ביי. זה נראה ממש מוזר לראות את פיניקס ככה. אני באתי... איפה אתה... לא? what? מתי אני משיג את ההרלד אקסטרה? אימס הרלד. אולי זה בא אחר כך? אולי זה אחר כך? לא נראה שמקבלים את זה, אולי אינטרוויו עם ג'וני? אוקיי שם. אחד... אינטרוויו עם ג'וניפר אולי. אני חייב את האקסטרה. שלום. אוקיי, יש לי עכשיו פה את האקסטרה. פליז. אומייגאד! זה אשכרה הרבה יותר מהיר! תודה רבה. פמיס הרולד אקסטרה. אני אעשה את הוויס אקטינג פה, אובייסלי, כי אני לא עשיתי את זה פעם קודמת, אבל זה חלק מ-achievement. אומייגאד. תודה רבה. Things like that sure scream out school days, don't they? Were you involved in any extracurricular activities like school papers or mock trials? Nah, that wasn't my thing. I was an art major. An art major? Then how did you become a famous attorney? It's kind of complicated. And when I say kind of, I mean really, really complicated. Oh. He must really mean it. I'm picking up a lot of complex emotions in his voice. School days! Bobby presented Phoenix with the famous Herald Extra באפיסוד 3. פרפקט. זה כל מה שאני רציתי. עכשיו תחזיר אותי אל המניו. כי אני מחליט את הבגדים של פיניקס. ג'יזוס קריסט. לא return to title. costume. old school. אוקיי. let's go. זהו, אז עכשיו שאני השגתי את ה-achievement הזה, בוא נלך לפה. Day 2 trial, Day 2. let's go. אני פשוט החלטתי שאני אעשה את זה כי אישית מרגיש הרבה יותר טוב עם trials מאשר עם investigations. אני גם ככה עשיתי investigation, לא טכנית חלק מה-investigation בגרייט אייס. אז יאללה. ה-26 באוקטובר, 9:45 בבוקר, דיסטריקט קורט, דפנדנט לובי 3. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Oh, sleep. Sure, I slept. For a grand total of 0 hours. Wow. Oh, hey, Claudia. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice speed analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice and the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. Yes! Perfect! In other words, the recording's a fabrication. It has been identified as a fake. יופי. זה קצת מטורף שכאילו אני סוג של משחק. אני עושה קצת ג'אגלינג עם המשחקים, אז אני לפעמים חייב פשוט לאסוף אינפורמיישן ליותר זמן מאשר מה שאני אמור לאסוף אינפורמיישן, אבל איך אומרים את זה אצלנו? I don't give a fuck. יאללה. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Oh! Who's there? Wait! Did you see who it was? No. I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping. Oh boy. I wonder if he saw our hand. Oh. I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Box Girl were listening in too. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. That's my final gift to you. Okay. All that's left now is to reach out to the truth. Time for a mini quarter steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Sykes and I'm fine. Okay. קצת נעים לראות אותה פשוט נהנים ביחד עושים את ה-Quarter Steel Training אישית. בוא נראה את זה. דיסטריקט קורט מספר 4, 10 בבוקר. Let's get this trial started! Day 2, court is now in session. Wake up! Oh boy, איזה כיף! פשוט כיף! אשכרה להגיע לטרייל. כי אני לא מופתע אם יש... רגע לא, ליטרלי זה אמר investigation part 3. יש עוד investigations בגרייט אייס. איפה לא הגעתי לשום טרייל? איפה יהיה בכלל הטרייל שמה? אני כזה הרבה investigation. Whatever. Court is now in session. Hello. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The sex mariage is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor. Okay. Prosecution is ready as well. I mean, isn't that right, Prosecutor Blackwell? Hey, Blackwell. How's Mama? Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody. Understood? Your boldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But there, I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera that was submitted yesterday. A pity, but that relevance is no longer relevant to this case. Okay, Yuffie! Great establishment, Blackwell! Great establishment! Tadaba! The old room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he's paying for his failure as we speak. Poor Detective Fulbright. Albert returns to work with all of his body parts intact. Nila Bobby episode. No. But if that's the case, then what will we... The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from the art room to the stage. Seriously? And I mean to prove it here this day. It's just like the Fulbright said. But what else does he have up his sleeve? My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the bloodstain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area. Which is to say, the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below. And though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound. That too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then, a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage. That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way. אבל לא בהכרח כולם יודעים. לא כולם בהכרח יודעים במצב הזה. Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Why, you? כן, מתי שיש את הדבר הזה, זה פשוט מזכיר לי את... מונדו, אם אני לא טועה, זה היה מונדו. מונדו או קייטו. אחד משני אלה. פשוט מזכיר לי את זה. Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Me. Oh, you. Oh, yeah, sure? Okay, sure. Hey, yes? Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Famous Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday, I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So, I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes? What's he up to now? The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now, your testimony, please. מה יכול להיות ב-testimony? מה שאני לא יכול לשכוח על פי האופנינג, לפי ה-cutscenes שהיה ליטרלי בסוף של ה-investigation. פעם קודמת. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Jennifer dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client. Never a snappy comeback when I need one. He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they'd used it?
Objection!
זה היה יכול להיות בשביל הכנה למרדר. Oh, there is plenty wrong. There is but one man in the entire school that would cushion the fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. Ah! Sucks being the last to know everything. Oh, no, dog, I think I've with games. Anything I get now? The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. Oh. Oh, look at the okay, sure. If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case. We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant perfect score grin into a tear-eyed frown of failure. Okay. My testimony outcome was packed up before the mock trial, but the rest of campus was empty. That's why I saw Jennifer dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance. But I didn't have time to stay around and see what she did after that. From a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Oh! Oh, okay, so that's stupid! That's stupid. Okay, fine. נעשה save, כי אני obviously עושה את זה במשחקים האלה. מתי שנעשה trials. ב-investigation יש פחות penalty לעשות save. אם זה ממש רציני כמו logic. אז הנה. ה-vantage point הוא בלתי אפשרי. כי הקיר... עדיף שאני אסביר. הקיר הזה... אם מישהו ראה את הלייבים הקודמים שלי, היה מ-6 בערב לפחות, מ-6 בערב, ביום של הרצח, עד ליום למחרת, שבו אחר כך היה דיסקוברי של הבודי, ועוד אפילו זה נשאר יום לאחר מכן בגלל האינבסטיגיישן די 2. אוקיי, תודה רבה, simple. So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area? Well, let's take a look at this fellow taking my Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This file shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. אוקיי, הנה משהו אחד קטן שתמיד מציק לי ב-investigations של די 2. כל הזמן אני מרגיש שאני חייב להראות את הקלף שלי מוקדם יותר ממה שבאמת צריך. אני כל הזמן חייב להראות את הקלף, את האס שיש לי, על ההתחלה. בכל די 2. Whatever. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here? Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. They were so noisy behind her, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Because I had פה literally מנוף. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose. Now, let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Aha! Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop. Oh my! But the screen would have been completely in the way. Obviously. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point. Ouch. Okay. Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court? Again? The screen. Right. It must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have, and the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. What? לכל אחד יכול להיות אותו lapse of memory. Why don't you just admit it was a normal everyday brain fart already? Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory? Hey, that's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen. Objection! You were testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. You actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen. The witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Ouch. Okay. Simple. I just got that simple. Nice, Wanafina. Keep it up.
Objection.
No, ma. Not sure. Alright, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest. The truth? What truth? The fact that Golden Boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage. Oh, אז אפשר עכשיו להגיע לזה? אפשר עכשיו לגשת לזה? אוקיי, sure.
Objection!
But then the screen will block his view.
Objection!
On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high. Ina, look at the photo again. Do you think something listen? Something on the other side of the screen? Something high enough to see the stage. Manoff. No way! This crane right here? But I remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither. But it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. Oh! Yeah, that's far enough, Pussycat Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise. It was you who kept blabbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell is using against him? What's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. זה חוקי? זה חוקי? I'm sure, אבל זה חוקי בכלל להשתמש בזה? במנוף? בתור אשכרה עבודה? What? You mean to tell me that a high school student was operating a crane? The witness, I object. I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated that crane.
Hold it!
התמונה השנייה. Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. What? If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? כן, זה לטל התמונה השנייה. Yep. As the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, there's a defined resemblance to Mr. O'Connor. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains. The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light. That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that? The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining a neck. כי שני אלה זה בלתי אפשרי לפי התמונה. אז הנק. אז משהו כתוב על זה. אוקיי. The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck. Why, yes. You can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to? Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination. No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off. Wow, Blackwell. Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck. Oh my god. Guess I have no choice. That was good animation. Ha! Oh my! So, where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask? I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like this, like it in the world. Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed? You're one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? כן, ידעתי שזה מוזר, אבל... אוקיי, אפילו המשחק אומר שזה מוזר. אז בן כמה הוא? Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so you know.
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charade, golden boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwood, please don't. High school Syrians are 19 at most. Thus, they failed to complete their requirements. But that does not apply to you, does it, Mr. O'Connor? Like, doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right? אבל לא יכול לתפעל מנוף. No, don't, please. Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school. Wait, come again? Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. It's all right there. Ouch! 25? He's older than me? 25-year-old high school student? Oh, wow! A 7-year break. 7 years. Just one thing to say. There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. the ordinary kind your mouth breathers take. Indigenous kind of people like it. Okay. Okay, wow, is this stupid. Okay. הוא יש כבר 25! ישר מתעדכן. It took 7 years off from school at one point. Okay. אין לי טעם. כן, אין לי טעם. בסדר, זה אומר ש... אני לא רוצה לגשת לאקסטרימים פה, כי... זה לא עד כדי כך out of the question? אבל כן הייתי זורק קצת סימן שאלה. זה מזכיר לי ביג טופ. זה מזכיר לי ביג טופ, אבל לפחות הסיטואציה היא לא עד כדי כך כזה גרוע. נראה לי. כי ג'וני אשכרה בת 18. whatever.
Objection!
But a genius will quickly become mature for a 7-year break. I think you're that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row. Wow. Only Hero could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jabber jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate this matter further. Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Pascal Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does this defense care to dissuade me? As long as a mat was used to move the body, Junie is going to be under suspicion. Athena, I just thought of something. What was you doing in the crane right before the mock trial? Oh! I'm obvious. תאורטית, אם יש את המספיק החיבורים הנכונים במנוף הזה, הוא יכול להרים את מניח את הסטייג', אחרי הסטייג' הוא יכול תאורטית לקחת את הגופה וזהו. תאורטית, אם זה מסודר טוב, שזה יהיה קצת מסובך אם לא יש שני אנשים, טכנית. כי אפילו אפשר לראות פה, חייב בעצם שיהיה אנשים בעצם שיעזרו בעצם להזיז את המנוף. או להזיז את הסטייג' שיהיה מדויק יותר למיקום של המנוף. He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah. Why was he in the crane? כן, למה הוא היה בקרין בערך ב8 או משהו? Oh. Wait, you don't think... Your Honor! Yes, Miss Sykes? I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head. Hello, conjecture has never stopped us before. Interesting. Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the body. אחרי המארק טריאל, שזה ב7 ומשהו, זה move the body. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like that, like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this? The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body. לפחות ה-possibility קיים.
Objection!
לא הייתי אומר שזה בכך יהיה הגיוני, אבל הייתי אומר ה-possibility. Well, golden boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this thing does not bode well for you. Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap? What's this? Oh! Oh! I can use a bow and arrow one-handed. Wow! That's a crazy level of dexterity. I can't even drive a crane one-handed. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex. It requires both hands. Huh! Lord! Huh! א', יו אף פעם לא מזיז את היד שלו, אף פעם לא מזיז את היד שלו. יד שמאל, אם אני לא טועה על פי הכיוונים, זה יוצא יד שמאל. א', ב', מה, יצא לו דם מהידיים. לפי ג'וני בדיטנשן סנטר. Now, I would have the court look at this. Oh! Huh! Oh, please tell me that's a ketchup stain. You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. Huh. I have already verified this with the hospital of treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say. So, how did you hurt it? I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as the crane. שנייה, אוקיי, לפני שנמשיך לפה, שכאילו, אוקיי, sure, בשביל מנוף חייב בעצם 2 ידיים, לא עדיף יותר לברר איך בעצם הוא נפצע? יש סיכוי שזה אחרי שהוא דקר אותה, או whatever. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Now I'm the fool! I planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanted to keep my part-time job a secret. I had to do it just before the mock trial instead. I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for. Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I'll have the court recall my claim. A body was dropped out of the 3rd floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. A ball cart was used to move it to the stage. You see, I've been paying attention. Well done, your boldness. Now, consider this. The accused was seen dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body. Interesting. Well, I think you were on the right track, Athena. You do? Yeah. Jumba remains the prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per her script. So, as the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved. But... is it timing to think of another way besides the crane? Miss Sykes, if you have got an argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Is that correct, your boldness?
Objection!
No, not yet. All I have to do is to show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right? Well, that would show that the man had nothing to do with this case. There is a sort of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. You don't scare me. Where's this smile, Athena? You can do it. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped. How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Oh my god. יאללה הבאנרים. מהאוטרום ירד עם הבאנרים ככה למטה. וזה למה היה את הקראש. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the outroom and the stage. הבאנר. הבאנרים. שאחד מהם יהיה שרוף. Someone could have easily used that thing. Oh, yes, of course. Miss Sykes, the court would like to see what you have for us. All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of a possibility. The man to the ball card weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. A bannering. Yes, I save. Another way to move the body.
Take that!
Zeta. The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. But I propose an idea. It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via the wire, this wire. Okay, finally!
Objection!
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen, yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
Objection!
Oh, you surprise me, Prosecutor Blackwell. Didn't I actually think I failed to account for that? I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. And pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried? Oh, well, go on. Please explain. A body, obviously. The body was bundled into a pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been down on that stage, in a flash, and there's no need for a mat. Finally, wow. I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying?
Objection!
I have no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act. If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it. Just you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have been via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. There you go. The wire and banner had not at all to do with this case. Oh, ow! The bloodstained pottery. I remember that. This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the mat theory if you don't do something. Well, Miss Sykes, I hope you have something better this time than a circus act. Oh my god, look at this. If my wire theory is correct, then the blood on this poem must have not been the victim's blood. Because a lot of victim's blood. Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from? Shame on you, Sextono. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Oh! Hey, Fulbright. Fulbright! Looks like they didn't check it. Shazam, Yotel Logic Bishwili, get fucked. Ah, don't let it down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can. Your boldness. I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results back. Hey, mademoiselle, il bien, je termine. Oh, what was that? Oh my, that was quick. We're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please say it be someone else's. Seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved in this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor, Ooh. Let's see it, Hugh. All has scene of the crime. Score! Perfecto. No candy, ma'am. Yep. Madame Charlie Dimemo. Babette Sefer. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. He sustained a wound in the struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. And Junie saw his bloodstained hand as they passed each other in the first floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade. But do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge with Sykes-Dunner is with Sykes-Dunner, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Wow, how much dirt does he have on you? Oh. The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam's Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutt's? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script? Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hid this from us all. Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut. כן, זה נראה לי סכין יפנית חותכת oh my god. סכין יפנית נחתך באמצע של היד? Oh my, wow. Indeed. You can clearly see that this envelope is not opened correctly. If this envelope, a powerful spring-loaded blade was shot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who had been told the correct way to open it was Constance Court. Huh. Yikes. Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that. The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness. Ouch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We still got the wire theory. Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. You call yourself a lawyer. Can you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking? Huh? The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out. What's called point out? And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. It seems you've forgotten the statues that were on stage directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close together. So the body would have collided with the statues? זה לא בהכרח contradiction כמו שהוא חושב שזה? כי הפסלים הם כן שבורים. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it! Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room. Oh, now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. Oh, very interesting. But may I just ask one question? When was it that you heard said sound? It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears when we were in the waiting room. There in the waiting room when... Ow! לא יהיה להחיות the opportunity לעשות את זה. Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial. Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. Oh. He said he saw the body before the mock trial. If so, then my claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction! It's going to get me and our case killed. The focus was on just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this case. לא היה כזה מצב קודם. שבו כל הפרמיס בעצם השתנה בנוגע לסיטואציה של המורדו? אם אני לא טועה, זה ליטרלי היה בתור about samurai.
Objection!
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion? Good point. But Prosper Buckwell is on our side. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case. Oh, great. As long as he's not up to something else. If the statues really were broken when the body hit them, then Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look at me straight in the eye and repeat your statement to me. Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, you know... I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth and do it now. That is, if If your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body. Thanks! Oh my god. Go into the fuck. Now, out with it! Did you truly witness the body?
Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it?
You what? I never saw the body. Ha ha! Are you sure about that? I had to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that this whole time. I'm sorry. Yes! I've exposed Hugh's big lie for white days. But why would he lie about this to begin with? Order. The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case. Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. That brings us one step closer to the truth. Now, at least we know that the body was moved using the wire and school banner. Indeed. That much I shall concede, Sextono. The body was moved as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then. If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it is an entirely different story. Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
Oh my god. How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Why is this person in charge of the audio? Oh no! How could I forget? It was Junie. Junie he in charge of audio. Indeed. The one who could enter the courtroom amidst the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Jumper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio. Man, that's a sick already. The fuck? No! Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense. This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. Man, I said we're cooked. Here I thought Roscoe Blackwell was on our side, at least on this issue. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like dirty rotten. Your boldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case. But the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes,
What are we going to do? I've got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente.
I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank too.
Poor Junie. Unless we figure out something, Shelby. Objection. Objection. Well, I object too.
Oh. Misa. Hugh!
Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. Oh my god. Then you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. My god. Perfect crime? Oh my god, not sure. Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go for something like this yesterday?
Yes. Yes, we did. This had better not be another one of his enraging traps.
The murder, the move of the body, the cover. This all sprung up from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead. Arrest me. The real killer is right before you. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor. You already confessed yesterday. Then earlier today, recanted your confession. As if you have previously comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. Now bow down and kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
Enough! The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. But it's impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi. For you were at the mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial of your silly little act. He doesn't seem at least a bit shaken by Blackwood's threat. Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that the perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I would like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I'll now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection.
אוקיי, וואו. אם רוצים משחק ארוך, אני פשוט אגש לפה. זה פשוט לוקח יותר זמן בין סייבים.
You won't believe this, but I used the body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. I mean, I did almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the ran on the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent.
I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me, or does the witness's testimony make no sense at all? Okay.
No, it's not just you, Your Honor. I got all from listening to all I got from listening to that was the headache.
Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about the body double.
Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution? Your boldness. Summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark, raving mad.
Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict.
You people don't believe me?
It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more along the lines of questioning your sanity.
Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Shut your piles. The intellect of a genius just sends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this?
Objection!
Which it's not so weird device. I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies.
Easy there, Tiger.
Think of it this way.
We don't want the verdict to be passed just yet.
So, how about we give Widget a try? Well, this is against my better judgment, but I would like to conduct a short therapy session.
Your better judgment? I'm a judge and it's far behind me on mine, yet I find it hard to say no.
Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objections.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Oh! The prosecution said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright.
How does he get away with stuff like that?
And I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. Alright, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your therapy session. I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. Okay, בוא נפתח את ווידג'ט. מה יש לנו פה?
וואו, ביקשתי 20 ארוך יותר...
Probe! Happy! That wasn't the real mean demand, That means I almost didn't lose. I slipped out stuff for a while, took care of it. I got to run to the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent.
Okay, that one is obvious.
הוא שמח על האינוסנס של ג'וני.
Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Miss Woods anymore.
Yep. Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court.
A secret? Oh, the bribe.
She wanted nothing to do with me because I had disappointed her. That's why they don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her.
אז למה אתה קפצת ישר להזדמנות בשביל לראות את ג'וני משתחררת?
My confession was always about one thing and one thing only. The truth.
Objection!
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much that it overshadowed all of your other emotions.
What are you?
I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. So, you really was trying to protect Juniper? Yes, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal.
Oh,
That means his confession is... The black one, נכון? נראה לי זה Blackwell.
finally figured out the obvious, have we?
כן, Blackwell, היי, מה המצב? Why, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. זה היה מהיר.
The confession was not but the lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused?
Ah, why can't you have taken a longer stroll?
No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet.
Can't be serious! Do you expect us to believe you had a body double?
Yes, yes I do. But if you don't think I didn't, but if you think I didn't, then prove it.
Either we quit here and Jumper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update his testimony. Okay. יותר נורמלי. What does it mean to mock trial? I almost didn't lose my body. I started to leave to kill the trial. I ran to the campus. Enjoy, I'm the killer. Juniper is innocent. שום דבר לא השתנה. אולי רצו בעצם שהוא בעצם אומר שהוא הקילר, אז הוא יודע את הקונסקוונצס. אבל הוא יותר שמח שג'וניפר בעצם משתחררת. אבל הוא עדיין עצור. מה שמאחד אותי פה עם משהו שמעניין זה פה. I almost didn't lose to my body double. I almost didn't lose, my body double did. למה שהוא לא... למה הוא לא עצור? אומייגאד, די. למה אתה לא עצוב? What? לא? אוקיי, I guess. למה זה בשוק? אולי אני צריך להדגיש למה זה לא happy? הייתי חייב להדגיש שזה לא happy, לא sad. אז הייתי קרוב, רק לא בדיוק. וואו. I didn't almost lose, you say? Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement. ראית מה שהחוסר עצב הוא יותר משפיע? הוא יותר רלוונטי כי כאילו... זה קצת ירוס את הרפיטיישן שלו, הייתי אומר, אבל... אני מניח גם, כי בכל השאר הטסטימוני הוא בעצם happy. והפרוב של happy.
You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it.
No, don't! Stop making things up!
When I left the lecture hall. It was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict.
So, you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose?
Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I and went through the doors there.
Objection!
Psych Stunner, how much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it's true that none in the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing in the front of the hall. Now use the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. That means any of my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. עובר ככה, נראה יותר פה. Interesting. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural.
Really?
After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we know, she was already dead by then.
No.
זה לא היה מושב של קורט. זה היה מושב של מינס.
That can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence.
Take that!
I have no idea where this contradiction is going. But I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll have to follow it and see where this takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really?
I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty.
But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But if you left the lecture hall during his pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the students and faculty.
No, this can't be right.
די עם 10%.
You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me.
Doesn't seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details.
You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you'd like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer.
Shut up! All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not.
The second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then, all I had to do was go for the empty audio control room. It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the party. audio room.
Got it!
I detected a powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you'd said something you shouldn't have.
What's wrong with you? You should reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see.
Mr. O'Connor, it's you who is revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad.
You're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be?
You said that you went through the empty audio control room. But that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Minx finished his speech. Not someone who was in the audio control room was Junie.
Take that!
I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean that Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her.
Shouldn't person is... That's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies.
Use hard to hold on under the spell between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony?
I feel nothing now that I have lost everything. Go ahead, President Blackwood. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you would never ask. If you're gone, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict. Oh! Let's go somebody that's... Oh boy!
You broke out your shackles again!
Oh, I don't want to be deported down the detention center. You, O'Connor, in deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow.
Hold it!
Could you wait just one moment before you cut him down?
Silence.
Do not come between the samurai and your sword, sister.
Yep.
And his foe. Okay, slicha.
Hey! I never learned about this in law school.
Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time? Very well. Golden Boy may live. For now.
Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything.
That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. But what does it matter anymore? Might as well tell you everything. This is, no doubt, news to you. But I am not and never was a genius.
Sorry, but I already knew.
Me too.
And don't forget me. In all fairness, it was pretty obvious.
Wow.
I thought he was a genius at first, but
stuff he said was crazy. Ah, no need to rub it, just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents have been paying good money for my grades. But that's bribery.
So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea?
Oh, my perfect scores were the product of cold hard cash, not genius. Even worse, when I confronted my parents about it over the phone. Juniper overheard me.
Huh.
Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else is there to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. A perfect 0.
Wow.
Hugh? If it's so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'll be a relief for her to see me locked away.
If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her?
You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday. So I thought if I did, it would help her.
He wasn't trying to provoke us? Looks like we seriously misunderstood him. In more ways than one.
At the detention center yesterday, Judy was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. If there were something that could help me prove that to you...
Oh. A proof of friendship.
Hello? What about the proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what it is.
I didn't buy it. Zaba past, Ken. וואמר היה one of a kind. הקולר שלו היה one of a kind. The one of a kind.
Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. The band around his neck.
Mr. O'Connor, the band around your neck. That's your proof of friendship, isn't it? Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode? I gotta judge. In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship. Oh, how very interesting. And chic. If they had doubts about their friendship, they can look up to the proof that they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two.
It doesn't matter if I wear it with those two.
Objection!
היה movement דומה לבנות. But they feel the same way too. I know there were their friendship bands somewhere. Julie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, Mav just told me that the others were the proof of friendship. very easy to touch. hard to spot טכנית גם נחשב לקורקט. טכנית זה קורקט, אבל אני אעשה easy to touch. כי כן היה similar movements על פי האנימיישנס. כאילו ג'וני מחזיקה את היד חזק. היא מחזיקה את היד שלה חזק. ורובין היא כאילו... מה? מנסה כאילו להתעלם מהסיטואציה. כל זה קורה במצבי לחץ. All we have to do is think back to their testimonies. Ready? Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured. And Miss Woods holds her wrist. I know Miss Woods very well. She would never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad. Oh my god, wow. Oh, animated cutscene.
Oh. Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Aww.
Hugh!
Ah.
Huh.
Hey, Hugh!
Huh. Zadakti.
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
Oh my god, Hugh. I didn't kill anyone. I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body. I didn't even see it. I may look like I'm speed reading. Zen and the others must bring the bar exam. But I haven't read a single one. Wow! Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did. Hugh. So, Miss Sykes, can't place my trust in you. I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me. And am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession? Yes. Okay. כן, יש את הנושא האינטרסטינג הזה שבו אין אף אחד בחלון. The most roundabout trial. I much prefer the turnabout variety myself. Now we're back to the fact that there was no one to there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi. Which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one? Oh, I'm exhausted and depressed. It probably doesn't matter at this point. But I might as well update the mood matrix. Huh? Does this mean... הוא לא אמר שום דבר בנוגע לכיסא הריק, שזה היה contradiction מקודם. Further resistance is futile.
The time for a verdict is nigh.
Objection!
Please, wait! What sort of devilry are you up to now?
What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right? Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist?
Means.
Yes, we found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout. But Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. You are telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite to him really was empty. Which now means there's one person unaccounted for. Perfect! Bye-bye. Besides Junie, the other person without an alibi during the mock trial is Professor Memes.
Take that!
The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor?
That's right. I mean, I'm time to have to say it.
So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he's supposed to be during the mock trial.
Silence.
Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech.
Objection!
I know, and that's not in dispute here. Now, let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. It was
Pre-recorded.
What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat.
No.
Kill?
Wait, are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder.
Oh!
Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it.
What? Really? Wait a second. Mr. O'Connor, did you just say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you?
Oni?
The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations.
Like no, this is a fake. Well, I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony?
Wow, who could have seen this development? The voice shouting, "You're a goner," as recorded on this tape, was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video.
Like this. This is an extremely crucial piece of evidence.
Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, the Professor Means has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence.
Oh my god. Wow, finally! The seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by our dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. He said it's often too easy to overlook critical symptoms.
Objection!
Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for suspecting our client would be shattered. Let's check with Professor Meads and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. Running without first looking into that would be inconceivable.
That's enough, both of you.
Now, here's my opinion on the matter. While a surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight, too, must not be overlooked. Thus, to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself. I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today.
Do as you please.
Please to be continued. לקימת time.
אני עומד לעשות כל הטרייל, נכון?
אני עומד לעשות את כל הפאקינג טרייל עכשיו, נכון? ג'יזוס קריסט. לא יודע אם יישאר לי מספיק זמן שבו אני יכול לדבר רגיל. ביי. נראה שזה קצת בעיה מדי שאני מחליט לעשות דאבל אפלודס. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record? Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. Let's go. Okay, hold on. There we go. I didn't see the corridor, I'm sure. Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Famous Legal Academy. And let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for its undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at the speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this? Very well. If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Miss Sykes. Jesus Christ. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows that this speech was pre-recorded. Alright. I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. בוא, אני אשכרה צריך לעשות את זה בחדש, נראה לי. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh, I forgot how long and boring his speech was. Now you think! זה 10 דקות ו-35 שניות בול. Have fun. אוקיי, שנייה אחת.
Wake me up once this is over.
Hey, no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult... Ah, you there! Wake up! Pay attention! Huh? I'm awake! This isn't that right, Your Honor. Huh? What? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see? Once again, our pure white lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. White! Ha! Lavan! Pay attention, you may make a difference to one day. Now, let the mock trial begin. That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears. Listen, sex donor. If you have subjugated me to this epic studying tedium without purpose, talk, I will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out. Ah! But you were asleep the whole time. Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech? הוא אמר לבן? כשהוא דיבר על ליידי ג'סטיס הוא אמר לבן, אבל בעצם זה זהב. הרבה יותר קל לראות זהב מאשר מלבן בחדר הזה. Could I please hear that last part again? אני לא חוזר על זה.
Hold it!
There! I finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this? Professor.
Take that!
The professor said the pure white Lady Justice would be watching over them. But the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be. I don't know yellow as gold can be, but whatever. I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity. They'd say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement. Oh, well, that's a shame on every count. Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he had been present. Okay, Yofi. It seems that I have caused some confusion. But it was merely an oversight on my part. הרבה יותר קל לראות פה את הצהוב של הזהב מאשר את הלבן.
Objection!
The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like? Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of this speech being pre-recorded. We heard her answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall. No, wait! There's gotta be something that can prove that the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. כן, אולי האנליסיס? אולי ה-voice print analysis? כי זה 10 דקות ו-35 שניות? ואז אחר כך בא your honor? It was a little over 10 minutes, but not anyone wants to be tortured again. It was only a little over 10 minutes? Like it went on forever. How did you figure out how long it was? טוב, אפינה, יש לנו דבר כזה שקוראים לו אוקיי, אני לא באמת אגש לזה עכשיו. Easy. There's a timestamp in the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. The speech goes on from the 10-minute mark to 20:45. Wait a second. I could swear I've seen this same interval of time listed among the evidence. כן, זה ה-analysis. אני כבר עשיתי את זה מתי שקיבלתי את זה.
Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded.
Analysis.
I would like the court to take a look at this. And this is the voice print analysis that proves the voice of the tape recorder belongs to our client. Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication? We did. But what I would like to focus on is the noise that is also there.
Noise.
Yes! The defense believes that it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
אוקיי, אני באמת חייב לגשת לזה שנייה עוד פעם. עוד הפסקה קטנה. אני לא יודע איך טייפים אשכרה עובדים בבחינה הזאתי. אבל כשמדברים על הקלטות בטלפון, אם מוחקים את זה, אז פשוט זה נמחק לגמרי, אין שום דרך לשחזר את זה, או כל מיני BS כזה. לא, אין שום דרך לשחזר את זה. אז... כן. אני אפילו לא צריך להסביר מה עוד יש פה. And what do you hope but to prove by that?
The length of the noise is what's important. And it's 10 minutes and 45 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read to the moment Professor Means began his speech? That would be exactly 10. Now let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to the end.
Wow.
Okay, stop. Now the timestamp reads 2035. Based on this, we know that the time it took for the speech alone. Right. And you subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 45 seconds?
Bull!
Right. 10 minutes and 45 seconds. The same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence.
You seem rather confident considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers?
הם עדיין בודקים את זה. תודה רבה, קלאביר.
The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It will be long until we know what was originally there. I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording. By pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not gonna get away with it. Not on my watch.
Miss Sykes?
I believe you are well aware of my methodology.
Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened.
All I've stated are obvious deductions that derived from evidence and testimony.
Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I have been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Dime upon him, man.
Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means.
נמאס לי מהבדיחה הזאתי. נמאס לי מהטסטימוני. ביי לסיים את הלייבסטרים.
The defendant came to me with what she said. What she said was very important, and by necessity, secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Jabba confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
Oh my! So you're saying the defendant threatened you? This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true.
On this consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken my heart by teaching that my teaching that states the end justifies the means.
I don't believe you.
And she asked me to defend her. She said I'll also prove her two friends innocent.
Her two friends? They're witnesses?
Correct. Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was still even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end.
You, no doubt, had high praise for her ruthless tactics.
Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But alas, those days are over. Now, in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I am so sick of hearing that phrase. Guys, זה מתחיל להיות כבר complete nonsense.
Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's a victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality.
That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrounded through the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it.
Why so silent, Sextoner? Something the matter?
This is a court of law. It's a place where long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking.
Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. You'll force me to rectify this situation.
No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is.
She said it was very planned by secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial.
Grandpa confessed to murder as I get her declared innocent. Just instead of becoming an accomplice after losing my alibi to the pre-recording. What was that with Protect Chopper? Because it's amazing. Oh, I have not all testimony! אני רוצה להתחיל עם זה, כי לא הייתי מתאר לכל הסיטואציה הזאת humane.
Hold it!
You were trying to protect our client? Yeah, right. You say anything to pin the blame on Junie? What a frightful look. I would ask that you not declare to me so. I have nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go as far as to threaten me. That is why I am protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student. Liar! You trying to pin the blame on her! How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't what he's really thinking? You cannot possibly overturn my claims. So is it time that you admitted defeat? After all, if my unassailable logic is not truth, then what is? If he's thinking I'm going to give in to his pack of lies, he's got another thing coming. I'm gonna find a hole in his story if it's the last thing I do. Even though he's wrong to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, that all made perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. Don't chip up on his own words yet. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. אולי זה הפרי-רקורדינג? אם אתה אומר שזה humane, אז למה אתה הבאת את זה ל-here?
Objection!
Oh my god. So, let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods. Huh. That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Such defamation of my character. And your hair follicles. Your Honor, this is an outrage. My Sykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair fallacies out of it this time. Oh, okay. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now, please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. And he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it." There was no whispering, sly lie, or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness. I mean, the tape contained their client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on her client? They say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect you whilst blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. Why, you little... You dare call my teaching methods lies?
Oh, what the? The fuck? Famous Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. Do not forget about true education. Lawyering means what I'm through with you.
Huh? Professor Means, what's with your hair?
א', כן, מה לעשות זה קרה לשיער הזה? ב', יש לו סדק פה. זה קצת funny. Quiet! No talking in class!
Ow!
Homeroom, 26 באוקטובר. Eyes and ears up here! Everyone, homeroom is now in session. We'll begin with roll call. Athena Sykes. Famous Legal Academy lawyer course register. Okay.
Huh? Oh, here?
Apollo Justice. I'm fine. I mean, here. Fool! The proper response is here without any extraneous information.
Ouch! I mean, here?
Next, Your Honor.
Here?
A class. That's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. I said, Simon Blackwell, are you here or not?
Wow, Blackwell! There's always one, isn't there?
Well, I have to mark you as absent. Now, get out of my class this instant. Get out. Very well, if that is your wish. Or am I to defy my homeroom teacher?
Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles.
Oh! It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinary committee. Oh my god, Fulbright. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary lapdog of T2 teacher's pet. What you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and promotion to head disciplinarian. Alright, class is now in session.
Why do I have a sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache? Oh, not sure. Main point, Juniper is the killer, or I'm innocent.
Ahaha! Pay attention! I am not the killer, Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
Objection!
But Professor, you created the funny tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial.
Marshall. Please note I was not at school. Fina, you disappoint me, sir. To think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8. But I was already at home by that time. So how could I have been involved in this crime?
לא היית בבית ספר ב6! Huh?
Objection!
Oh, really? Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time?
Can you prove I was still at school?
Yes. No. No, I can't.
Yes. So you admit it? Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself a lavatory cleaning duties until you graduate.
Ew! None of that at the off.
What? What's that on your side of the office?
Oh. No way, man! I totally object! Robin? Can't believe I fell for the professor's silver-tongued lies.
Why you? How dare you talk to your teacher like that?
I'm not listening to you anymore, man! No way, no how! Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself! The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? I was about to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So, I asked Professor Meats to make it for me. In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell. Right! And it would have been way past 7 before he could have finished. Professor Beans was still at school. This is incredibly important testimony.
Canva förlöste Hacharaza.
A professor told me I'll take care of it. And that my parents would let me be an artist if I said I'd make both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin.
Quick! Somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight! Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something! Ah! And who's in charge of the class pet around here? Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No zones at school. All weapons will be confiscated. Ah! Nurse! Where's the school nurse when you need one? It would seem Sykes don't seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff. Quick as lightning. Well, oh, I said no pets allowed. That was something like very well, then I'll just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lessons begins in second period. Prepare to be served old school style.
What does that? Oh, never mind. Your testimony, please. Aimpoint jumpers
Now, pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I already finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30.
כן, אז עכשיו אי אפשר להשתמש בתמונת פסה.
The defendant Juniper saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I possibly have the time to go to the art room and commit murder?
You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues?
Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. The defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now.
שנייה אחת. אוקיי, חזרתי, בוא נשתדל לעשות את זה מהר, כי אומייגאד, אני עכשיו שם לב, אני כבר 2.5 פה. Covered in white cloth. Oh, right. The professor was there when that mayor came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as long. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. That didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easily. He's bound to stumble upon his own slippery means. Okay, מה יש לנו פה? Robin took half an hour a day to complete one statue. I might finish most of the other between say 7 and 8:30. The defendant said she saw the 2 statues at 8:30. Leaving statues so quickly meant I could not believe the statues in a second. How could I possibly have the time to go to the auto and commit murder? היא אמרה שירה את הסטאצ'וס מכוסים בווייט קלוף. אוקיי, נראה לי עדיף פרס.
Hold it!
Maybe our client only thought she saw the statues.
Silence.
A pity for you, but we have already confirmed it with the accused. She is on record as having seen both statues. Yeah, that's true. I just thought I'd give it a shot. I am the ultimate in courtroom techniques. It is absolutely airtight. I will bury you. This will be your final resting place, along with all who believed in you. Is there no way to get to this guy? Oh my god, oh my god, תודה רבה שמסתכל בפלייבק. זה היה רשום קודם everyone fails except me. What the fuck? Pay attention. Pay very close attention. Playing so quickly, okay. How can I have time to go to the outro? Okay, is that all? Where's the other two? Such between 7 and 30.
Hold it!
Most of the other statue? What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Robin created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it. I see. In academics, as well as art, learning the basic is incredibly important. In short, you skipped most of the important part of statue making, didn't you? Oh! Why, you insolent little... It is the practical applications built upon the basics that take so much time. Professors such as I mastered the basics a long time ago. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who lacks all lawyery fundamentals. Oh, quiet, you! What's wrong with a non-guilty verdict? Now do you understand? I did not leave the stage until I was done. Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim? I'd not leave the stage until I was done. The final cross-examination. Oh my god, Ashka? Nagilo, Anigilo. Not on your life, Buster. No, I don't. I know there's more to this. I won't stop until the truth comes out. The more you struggle, the more you sink. Like so much legal quicksand, so to speak. I used the world's ultimate technique to complete the statue by 8:30 p.m.
Hold it!
אני דואג שהיה צריך להגיד כן. I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. כן, לא נראה ששום דבר בכלל קשור. אין לי פה שום דבר שקשור לסטאצ'ו מייקינג. I guess I concede. I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. I concede, but Professor Means never left the stage. That's right. But what took you so long? I was there on this stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that crime. What can I give up here? I'm afraid I'll have to side with the witness, Miss Sykes. And unless you have any further objections, I'll have to put this issue to rest.
Objection!
Not yet. The defense still has an objection. Athena, you've thought of something? Well, as I said, not yet. Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors? Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. It's at times like these, when it seems like there's no way out, that you have to. Yeah, I had to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing on what Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit murder without going there. Oh my god. It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones, if it will distract her. Yeah, we'll brought the bird to school. Sykes, Dodo. By one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts? If I accept the premise that the professor was on stage the entire time, the only other option is that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it! Every last one of us made huge mistakes. We were totally wrong about the crime scene כנראה. וזה מה שאני חשבתי. crime scene. אם מינס לא יצא מהסטייג' זה אומר שקורט בא אליו. If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer.
ridiculous! The defense has become utterly incoherent!
Objection!
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was.
Continue, Psych Stunner.
Okay, the murder was actually committed here. A stage. There's a stage. Seeking the truth. Stage.
Take that!
The greatest thrill of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. מה עכשיו אתה רושם? The murder occurred in the art room.
Silly girl! When the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed.
There wasn't any blood on the stage? Really? But there was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained.
A school banner.
Take that!
It's true. There were no bloodstains on the stage floor. But there was something else on the stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this school banner. No blood would have gone on the floor if it were under the victim when she was killed. Oh my. That's quite a compelling theory.
Silence.
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense.
That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go?
בבנר השני.
אבל נשרף. Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in.
Objection!
Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well.
Shoot, do?
There was only a trace of blood on the school banner. There must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood.
A banana clavio.
All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood.
A banana clavio.
Take that!
Why? It looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner.
It's the governor's banner that had been specifically made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. We could have easily absorbed most of the blood, like dirt cloth, like dishcloths, and only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So, it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it. So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it. The governor's banner was like a dishcloth? Surely it was at least towel quality.
Simon, you just stand there, do something.
Silence.
Get fuck you.
Sykes, Dono. You're learning to wield the blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come up slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large blood stain was detected in the altar. But why would there be blood if the murder occurred on the stage as you claim?
Look at you! The blood stain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was there was something that could transfer the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room.
Gavinos? Banner shall Gavinary? I guess?
Take that!
To think you'd stoop so low to present mere garbage to this court.
It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer, seeking to get rid of the crucial evidence. The killer used the well to bring the blood-soaked governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense.
וואו, למה בדיחה רגשת כזה ארוך? Oh my god.
Or, this is quite a development. Even the body was never actually moved.
Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. Else could you explain the loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statue, then what was it?
I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? An out in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder, and then on the stage up. Let's talk about convenience! The object that was sent down to the wires to crash into the statues was a Lady Justice.
Take that!
Ah! That statue?
Yes! I believe it was this statue that broke the other two, not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you can see here. Nobody would ever guess it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence.
Perhaps you are onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrappy relic in such a tenuous manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming.
You know why? But the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the fact that Lady Justice was moved in order to...
Interrupt the mock trial?
I guess? Okay, lol. אני שמץ, סמת. אולי פוינט עשו את הבאדי עכשיו שאני חושב על זה. means used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi. Ah, that's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking this trial seriously. Well done. Means... Oh my god. זה פאקינג כמעט עד 1:00 בלילה. וכן עדיף שאני אגיד, עכשיו רגע, לפני שאני אמשיך פה. תצפו בעצם לייב מאוחר של לומיאן לגאסי. אני אתחיל אולי ב-21 בערך. ואז אחר כך אני אעשה אז אחר כך 22:00 יש אפדייט של לומיאן לגאסי. יש גם כנראה אפדייט בטיילס אוף טנוריו, אז אצטרך לעשות את זה כמה, כאילו, מולטי-טסקינג, זה לא כיף, אבל... I guess. You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. Professor Means always means what he says, and says what he means by all means. Aye. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Other students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. The body would absolutely be found. So, answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can be explained by... If the victim was murdered on this stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage. This is not good, Athena. Her claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. I know, but we've come so far. Consider yourselves cool. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone. The killer is loyal to the trooper was. Always has been and always will be. Just wait a minute. Oh. Huh? Poor Gerber. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. Okay. Okay. The end justifies the means is an amazing bit of legal wisdom. Yeah, sure. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Sure, you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. A Phoenix X attorney's badge is just for show. Oh my god. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. Oh my god, אני לא יכול לעשות כזה חזק. ועוד כזה מאוחר, ג'יזוס קריסט. Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer. And even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again?
Oh my god! Athena? Athena! What's wrong?
Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena. Relax. Breathe. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've done, this is how it ends. Forgive me, Junie. I can't protect you like I said I would.
Oh, me, please. Robin!
You leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me! It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and I. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best. But I raised those charges against you. And that's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things.
Hugh? What's the big deal? Those charges are nothing to be scared of. I'm not even mad at you. I should really be faking you. You used legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important.
But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is...
Junie?
It's not over yet, Fina.
Again, Junie. Wow!
Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you. Junie, I know you're better than most people, Fina. And I know you would never surrender to the dark age of the law like the professor did. Thank you, Junie. But I feel I can barely breathe. And I don't know what to do.
Silence!
Blackwell! Stop your bleeding this instant. You look another fool.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
There is one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you have worked for thus far? It would not do to have you disappoint you know who.
I...
No. The bright... You're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. The bright shade dug into the law where the end justifies the... Oh my god. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the end justifies the means.
Objection!
Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine. The truth will always win against people like him.
But Apollo! What am I supposed to do now?
Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, and there always is, you're sure to find it. Now, let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? There are also times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Athena Psych is psyched up and ready to rock. Prepare
prepare for your utter defeat! Oh, that show! Okay. Professor Court wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body from there to somewhere else. That means the body had been hidden somewhere on stage till it was found. Let's think about along these lines and see where it takes us. First up, when the professor means remove the body from its hiding place. Well, let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? It was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body where it would be more easily spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could remove the body from its hiding place is during the mock trial. It was during the mock trial, specifically during the speech. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically the white statue. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the white Lady Justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash, killing two birds with one stone. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide the body on that stage? Doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be some place. Oh, wait a second. How much of it that should have been finished but was mostly done? Something that was used to cover the body up. But then draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there on stage. That way, no one would suspect there was a body hidden inside. I was already on the stage and capable of concealing the body. School banner was איפה שהיה Lady Justice. הגוון סטאצ'ו היה כבר בנוי, אז נותר רק את ה-right statue. The body was hidden by right statue. Oh, I know. The Mr. Right statue was never actually finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside. Cleverly disguising it as the boss's statue. Interesting. Okay. Miss Newman gave up on the right statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night. Yes, what an impressive feat that was. זה היה שקרים. בשביל להסתיר את הגופה. No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work. The murder of Professor Court. Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. אני גם קצת הייתי כאילו out of the loop עד שהבנתי בעצם מה המשחק רוצה להגיד, אבל כאילו איך הוא בכלל הסתיר את זה? כאילו, obviously קורט הייתה בתוך הסטאצ'ו, לא בתוך הסטאצ'ו, כאילו היא הייתה מתחת לקלוף איפה שהיה אמור להיות הסטאצ'ו, אבל אוקיי, sure, אני אתקדם. He hit the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Right. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked just like a statue. What? I second that. What? Now this is getting interesting. Nobody may speak but me. No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
Objection!
That must be them to show. We'll never know until we try.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Okay, Apollo. Time to turn me into a reasonable likeness. Reasonable likeness of Mr. Right.
Well,
I'm going to pose like the statue, like so. Now I want you to wrap me up in some cloth that I look like a statue.
I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth?
I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice.
Well, given how subtle that request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor. Interesting because she's so choosy. Alright, I think that about does it.
Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look like just a statue of Mr. Right or what? Looks like some random person to me. Why the statues are called busts? It's like there's that spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair! The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway.
Hand it to me for trying, anyway.
Wait, that's it! The hands!
Ow! Asimanim bayadalim!
The marks on her wrist indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo! Tie me up in a new pose! Wait, you're not really that kind of thing, are you?
Manishitlo? What? No! Besides, it was your idea! Just tell me how to tie your hands already.
Professor Court's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that's related. I should arrange myself to match the shape I want, given her hands were tied.
Behind my head.
Apollo! Tie both my hands behind my head! See? This makes it possible to fit the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head.
Sure, but then what about the statue's arm? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose.
Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this.
I can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now. החץ? החץ שנתקע, okay.
Why did the victim's body have the item?
A murder weapon.
Take that!
But I like a fake murder weapon. Dechid היה סתם facade, whatever.
Oh, right! There was an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Paul. Take that and plunge it into my side.
Oh my god. What? Are you crazy?
Fine. Then go get some toke tape. Rapido, schnell.
Alright. I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it.
A fair arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from two hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth. But remember to make the arrow stand out, okay?
That may ask about the weirdest situations Shanati Baba is totally.
Aye, your arms are too short. Shh, remember your indoor voice, dear.
Nobody's buying it. The arrow is nowhere near long enough.
But what else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? Just commend you. Only your spirit. If only for your spirit and determination.
Of course she's not giving up. After all she put me through, she owes me an explanation. And one that makes sense. Now, disappoint me again, the penalty will be doubly painful.
Oh.
Thanks! I guess I better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think! Professor Carr was murdered when she was stopped, but by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again.
Like that? Right now? Okay, hold on.
Please, please, please. Please be in this photo. It has to be.
אפשר להגיד ש-obvious הוא obvious. מין זה באופן ברור שאפשר לנתק את המקל שלו. אפשר לנתק את הגלובוס מהמקל. אז הוא דקר את קורט עם המקל בלי הקונוס, או לא קונוס, בלי הגלובוס. ואז אחר כך השתמש בזה בתור היד. אני רק רגע צריך לבדוק משהו. אני רק רגע הולך לעשות משהו שקשור בעצם ל-earlier in the game. Sure, questions. לא questions, זה אחרי שהבודד נמצא, לא פה. לא פה. לא פה. זה היה לפני שהגוף נמצא. אז יש אשכרה at the beginning of the case. אפשר לעשות סקיפ? אני אעשה סקיפ כי אני לא רוצה לבזבז פה זמן. אני רק רוצה לברר משהו. אני לא אעשה פה voice, אני עשיתי את זה קודם. רק אעשה את זה מהר כי אני רוצה לברר את זה אשכרה. No fucking way! איזה attention to detail! Oh my god! אין לו את הסטאף! אין לו את המקל! אין לו את המקל לפני שהגופה נמצא! אין לו את הסטאף שתמיד יש לו עד שהגופה נמצא!
The arm of Mr. Wright's statue, the Mr. Wright statue is within this right here.
Oh my, Zashka, good attention to detail. Zashka, good attention to detail. Oh my god.
Got it. I know what he used for the arm on the statue of Mr. Wright.
This is absurd. There's no such thing in this photo.
Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there.
לא היה לו את זה קודם. Staff. You mean the spear of a great legal warrior? This is a spear of a great legal warrior.
Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me.
Ashka and like the staff.
The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo. I'll get your arm in hand. Cloth and binding coming right up. Zashka, a good attention to detail. Oh my god.
Objection!
It's right. Look, it's that famous lawyer. It's definitely him. I would love to know that pose anywhere. We did it! Didn't we? Wow! Anyone have the spinning image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into the era of brilliant golden light? Golden light. All I see before me is the pink specter of a man. That's just because Mr. Wright likes his statue. He's positively tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink. Ah, that joke deserves a pink slip. It seems the galleries were impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness? Everyone fails except me. Ah! This evidence is nothing more than a coincidence!
Objection!
Not so fast there, Buster! Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than a mere coincidence. לא היה לך את המכיר בהתחלה. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is test the spear for blood. We had assumed that the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from this spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it. You want a brief recess, if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? Oh my god, שכחתי ששכחתי. אני נזכר עכשיו ששכחתי להשקיע. וואו. רגע, מה יש שם המשקפיים שלו? זה היה קודם כזה קטן. ועכשיו הוא חזר ל-non-guilty verdict. If I do that, I will be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you.
Objection!
אבל אם זה פה, יהיה הרבה יותר קשה להתפטר מזה. Surely you don't expect us to take Leisure's lectures from you now. Now, I ask you in the gallery. Help me decide the professor's fate. Okay. Retake Bart? No, fuck off. Does you accelerate that? No, fuck off. Dismiss. Fuck you. אני קורא לזה guilty as charged! עם הגוונרס לוגו. והשעה שאפילו נשברו, וואו. Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness, Aristotle Memes? It is a sex donor suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He has admitted to his heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there. Great! You teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
I could barely make a word out of... I could barely make out a word, he said, on account of his shattered teeth.
One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too?
I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes. The victim had suspected him after the report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing. Right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought right before this court. The fool like Newman had come to know the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant.
Well, that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Court's planner.
Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class.
Really? So then...
Indeed. Once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This too was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Knowing that Constance Court was clean, and only Aristotle Means took the bribes.
אז הוא רק בשביל להסתיר את כל הנושא הזה של הברייבס שבטעות היו גילה? וואו. Do you think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student? If this is the dark age of the law, then we can hope that a brighter future awaits. And the first step is to hand down my verdict of a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant, Jennifer Woods. Not guilty! Woo! Oh my god! ארבע שעות כמעט של איסטר מסך הכל! אני עייף. אני הולך לישון אחרי זה. אני אצטרך להכין את עצמי ללומי לגאסי סטריט, God damn it. זה יהיה בערך כמה? 4 ימים? לא 4, 5 ימים בערך מעכשיו? משהו כזה? 4-5 ימים. I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like young people like you if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory. Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference.
Proudly serve Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain.
That's the last thing I expected to hear from him today. Court is adjourned. Oh my god, זה היה בין המוסט insane BS שאני אי פעם עברתי. ועוד בגלל גרייד אייס אני ציפיתי שיהיה to be continued. בגלל גרייד אייס אני אשכרה ציפיתי to be continued, לא ציפיתי שאני אשכרה יהיה פה 3 שעות. וואלה, בוא נחזור לדפנדנט דובל מספר 3. Thank you, Fina. I really mean it. It was nothing, really. I can take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. I don't know. You look pretty wound up there at the end. Literally and figuratively. You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster. I wanted to thank you, too, Apollo. Don't mention it. The way you were always there for Fina when she was in a bind? And at the detention center, when your smile gave me hope when there was none? It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands.
Aww.
I think you're an absolutely amazing person.
Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me. I still have lots of work to do. I can't wait until we see you on the judges' bench.
I promise you'll get there someday. That's why until that day... Oh.
Oh! Oh my god.
Guys! I've got some big news! I mean, this is huge! Oh, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay, I think. So, what's the big news? The school festival! It was supposed to have been cancelled after what happened, but...
We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival is being extended one extra day until tomorrow.
Really? Alright!
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy. Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar serenade.
No! Not again! Oh my god! Again? Again? You must send? Oh my god. לא פואנטה שהייתה לבושה כמו פאקינג למיוואר. בוא נחזור ללקצ'ר הול. יום למחרת. Wow, that was so much fun. Well, school festivals are amazing.
I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away.
Your singing voice, Jumper.
It could melt my H-E-A-R-T.
Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar.
Just remember, the objection pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although, Robin had you for a while there. I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'd like to make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, they reprised the trial and Hugh won? So, does that mean it's really gonna happen?
Juniper, there's something I've been wanting to say to you.
Huh? Oh! Is Aaron going to the one I think he is?
Juniper, can we still be friends? You know, best friends like we've always been?
Huh? Best friends? Aren't you going to
profess? Kaya may nakazati. Nila sa mga confess. Ano naging profess?
Weren't you going to profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? No, I was going to confess that I am not a genius, and that I'm really 25 years old. But you were jerked out of me during the trial. Whoops! Listen, Hugh. You too, Robin. Miriam. Oh! Me too? Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science. I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the life we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means. Count me in! I won't have it any other way. Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true true friendship. You bet! And what about your BFF, Apollo? Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? But, yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office. Hey, not talking about me behind my back! So, what kind of guy is he anyway? Well, if I had to describe him in one word... And so, after a slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, the promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? That one, huh? Even now, those words continue to ring in my mind. Oh my heart, that discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? Episode 3 complete. Oh my god! Turnabout Academy. Aber cosmic turnabout. Trial. ישר trial? Okay, whatever. זה אצטרך לחכות לאחר כך. אז אני שם את הפרק של היום פה, כי אני יותר מדי עייף ואין לי כוח. כאן ירין ניפגש בסרטון אוהב הבא שיהיה גיימס, מקווה שנהנתם. וירין, אאוט. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים. אני אסדר עכשיו את הקוסטיומס. לפעם הבאה.